Notable fantasy performances from this one. A lot of work for Rashid Rice. A lot of work for Kareem Hunt. The Chiefs actually leaned on the run in this comeback game for the Chiefs that didn't have much going for them in three quarters. In the fourth quarter and overtime, they got it all working. Jay, what happened to your Colts in this one? Quite Alec Pierce day.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question, Connor?
For the boot.
For the boot.
For the sandal.
Yeah, it wasn't great. It wasn't great for Alec Pierce. Because you know more about football than me, Connor.
I don't know if that's true.
Can you tell me
it is.
why?
I'll make that judgment.
Why offensive coordinators can't build better cover zero beaters against Spags? Because it seems like he sends the house on every single key third and fourth down in NFL history, and it seems powerless. Oh, Daniel Jones has got nowhere to go.
I had no idea this was coming.
Yeah.
Right.
It cost the Niners a Super Bowl.
Right. It's on the quarterback to throw it hot and know where to throw into the void.
Yeah.
And the problem is, for as much as we're like, wow, Daniel Jones and Sam Darnold, like this is impressive what they're doing, they don't process all the time against pressures like that. So the great quarterbacks do. That's why they are the great quarterbbacks. And Spags has gotten away with it for a long time. It's amazing. It's amazing.
So you know what? It's interesting. So I had this take in the preseason, and then I came out where I said basically I don't know why they're starting Daniel Jones because Daniel Jones is fine. He's good. He'll be a good fit for Steichen's offense. But you're never winning a Super Bowl. You'll never win. You'll never win a Super Bowl with Daniel Jones. They should start Anthony Richardson the entire year and just hear see what he has because it'll either be a disaster, and then you start over next year, or you have your franchise quarterbacks. So that was my take. And then about midway through the season, I said, that's clearly the worst take of all time. I admit it. I apologize to America. Like, I own it. Give me the big L. That terrible take. But now I might be back in on that take. I'm just
full
like,
circle.
no, listen. The Colts have one signature win this year, and that is Denver barely. Right? They haven't beaten anyone real. And this was a test. This is a test against a 5-5 Chiefs team.
Okay.
Hang on.
They should have beaten the Rams. Like, they played the Rams basically to draw if Adonai Mitchell doesn't Adonai Mitchell his way to defeat that. So that was a fine. And also, like, this game, yeah, they got outplayed. They went to overtime against the Chiefs in Arrowhead, but the offense was very bad.
Yeah, I mean, they got dominated in time of possession. I think they had 11 penalties. I'm just saying, this was a game where if the Colts wanted to say, hey, man, we're for real, this is a game you win. Yeah. They had every opportunity to do so, and they didn't, and it's a lot. They had 0 first downs in the fourth quarter. Like, Daniel Jones just melted down in the fourth quarter and the Super Bowl, in overtime, and I sort of went back to, wait, was my take that I disavowed? So should I be back in on that terrible take?
Here's what the mainstream media won't tell you. And I know a lot about my Colts because I watch them every play. I haven't given up on the Colts. We'll be fine. Come beat Houston this week, get right back on track. Daniel Jones is not physically right in that game. There was something wrong with his gait and the way that he was moving. He was not moving right. He was on the injury report with a calf during the week. He just did not look like the same guy physically to me in that game, and I think that might have rattled him a little bit. Now, it doesn't excuse bad throws that he made, the fact that they couldn't get anything going on offense whatsoever. The Chiefs clearly sold out to stop the run, and if you sell out to stop the run, you should have something in the pass game available, particularly when you have Tyler Warren, Alec Pierce, Michael Pittman, and Josh Downs, and Jones just wasn't making the throws. He didn't play well, but I wouldn't write them off because of, one bad game against a good team.
I'm not writing, again, we're a fantasy football show, and this is more of an NFL conversation, but I will say from a fantasy perspective, you should, when you have a guy like Jonathan Taylor, and they went away from him, 16 carries for 58 rushing yards, and they went away from him, it felt like in the second half, and I get that they weren't getting anywhere, but think about the Chiefs. Kareem Hunt went 30 for 104. Now, I'm not a math guy. You're a math guy. Is that efficient? 30 carries for 104 yards? It doesn't feel super efficient, but they stuck with it. And I just don't know why when you have Jonathan Taylor and you're on the road, why you don't just stick with it.
With a lead for most of the game.
With a lead for most of the game.
Yeah, Steichen, he's trying to steal yards on first down when the Colts are loading up to stop the run. But it's like, well, you're not getting anything on first down through the air anyway, so maybe just give Jonathan Taylor. And Taylor, he did break one. He broke a 28-yarder down the right sideline, and it did feel like they abandoned him a little bit, certainly. And that's always going to be the criticism when the Colts lose and Taylor doesn't have a big game. Like, why'd you go away from Jonathan Taylor? I'm guessing that's just what the defense showed, and Jones wasn't good enough yesterday.
Right.
Single-digit fantasy points in 2 of the last 3 games for Jonathan Taylor. Home to Houston this week, then at Jacksonville, at Seattle. 2 of the next 3 are Houston and Seattle for Jonathan Taylor. I think if you'd asked me 2 weeks ago, who's the number 1 pick in fantasy football, you're drafting the rest of the way. Like if you on guillotine leagues, right? In guillotine leagues, you can draft any week you want for the rest of the year.
Jameer Gibbs.
2 weeks ago, what I said is Jonathan Taylor. I think it's clearly Jameer Gibbs now as well. There's not a real takeaway because you're still starting Jonathan Taylor, but I would lower expectations here as well. Tough game for Tough game for Alec Pierce as well. Michael Pittman gets into the end zone as well. But even with his touchdown catch, he's wide receiver 23 as we head into Monday Night Football. Tyler Warren was fine, but not amazing.
Yep.
Like the whole offense this is a bummer.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotoWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest RotoWorld fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.